wanted to have another conversation about latent semantic indexing because this has a pretty enormous impact on Google's current hummingbird search, the contextual search, and of course, relevancy. The contextual search really has to do a lot with Google wanting to know what you're looking for as far as the answer is concerned. They are doing something called LSA, latent semantic analysis, where they're analyzing millions upon millions of web pages and they're comparing phrases. They're not only looking for synonyms of, what word is like what other word, because that really is latent semantic indexing, where we're substituting out words for phrases. But we're also interested in latent semantic analysis because Google's quest is to truly understand, what the purpose of your search is. Like, what are you really looking for? This isn't for the short tail keyword searches. This is when you pose a question to Google. And Google has a great way now of really understanding what it is that you're looking for and presenting you with the answer to that question. So this is really important as far as relevancy is concerned because there are two factors at play here. We have the on-page SEO and we have the off-page SEO now. When we're doing our SEO, we still have to abide by all of the same rules. We're still working on our same... the title tags, optimizing title tags, optimizing meta description, optimizing, the content presentation itself, images, and so on and so forth. But we also have to be concerned with, how are we being found? Google is comparing millions of different documents, and the only way that it's doing that is it's taking different documents that, present information that are linked together, and it's drawing these analyses from all of that information that's out there. So we have to, do the work and, ensure that we're really going about trying to link up the information so that we appear more relevant in search. Now, you still have to do the work that you would normally do as an SEO, but, this hummingbird search really had such an enormous impact. Google can better understand the intention of what you're looking for, so that it can provide, a broader range of documents that would help to answer your query. So, what you need to really know is, Google can now quickly understand what you're looking for. But as far as, your work is concerned, you're still going to do the work as far as optimizing, but you should definitely keep in mind some important rules when it comes to doing off-page work, as opposed to on-page work. As we already spoke about, the off-page work is the work that's done away from the website. There are some important relevancy signals that are going to exist there. Now, for example, let's take a look and see, this is a really good example of hummingbird and relevancy. Google is so intelligent that if you ask Google and you search for that movie where the guy is called the dude, Google can find what the answer to that question, and it brings back The Big Lebowski, which is ranked number 1. And, it does that by connecting up the different words in that search. So, it's taking movie and the dude, and, it's coming up with the answer for Big Lebowski. And that's what the searcher was looking for. He was looking for that answer. So this is all part of, the relevancy and Google's hummingbird. So this is really, really important to keep in mind, especially moving forward. I talked a lot about doing the latent semantic indexing as far as LSI keywords, not just focusing on the exact match keywords, because that's not just what Google is going to look for and find. In fact, if you try to just do all exact match keywords and optimize your article for something like that, you're actually probably not going to rank as high as you would if you use some combination of exact match and LSI matched. I talked about 70-30 for exact and LSI matched, or the other way around. You could really experiment with different things, but the point is it has to come across as organic. It can't come across as, hey, I was really trying to force this optimization. You have an intended direction. You want to optimize for a certain keyword, but you also want to ensure that you put in LSI related keywords. So So don't be afraid to experiment with different things, but keep in mind that Google is gonna really look at the LSA and LSI to help serve up the right documents to the people that are doing the search. Your job is, of course, to build that trust. But when you forge the value, when you're developing the document, the video tutorial, whatever you're doing, you have to keep those relevancy signals in mind. So these are really, really important things to note as you do your work. Another really important thing when we're talking about latent semantic indexing is when we start to do our off-page SEO work of doing link building, we have to pay careful attention to the keyword text that things are linking to us back with. So, for example, when Google launched its Penguin, it was looking for link schemes. So link schemes are, for example, if it saw 10,000 links with the same keyword, all occurred within 1 month period, it knew that somebody was trying to manipulate the search results. So what you have to do when you do your link building is not only try to develop links with the exact keyword, is you have to develop links with generic keywords, and you have to develop links with LSI matched keywords, and then you also have to just put in URLs. It has to come across as organic. So you have to really, really pay special attention to what you're doing. And when we speak about relevancy and latent semantic indexing and latent semantic analysis, these all come into play when we're doing our SEO work, both on the page and off the page. And there really are a great number of considerations to take into account, no matter what type of SEO we're doing. That's why in the beginning I wanted you to understand that you have to forge value and build trust, because it's at the core of everything that Google is trying to achieve. It's moving the web towards that direction of higher value. So Google wants to trust you. Google wants you to forge value, but just keep these things in mind as you build out your content and you do your off-page work. Don't try to be so stringent with a particular keyword approach with an exact match keyword. There are relevancy signals that exist everywhere, but particularly when you're doing your on-page and off-page work, keep these elements in mind.